farts and belches and all kinds of disgusting stuff to the read as I was reading. You know, and it was the kind of thing where I was talking like this. It's really, seriously, I was just talking like you know, it was horrible, but it was really funny. It was always funny to do. Listen, farts are funny. George Carlin said it, and I quote, "Farts are funny because they're shit without the mess." Remember that one, kids under 13.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. With the fin sword. How did I become Jake the dog? Well, a couple of years ago, I'd say, wow, it was maybe 2005 or 2006. I auditioned for it. They told me to be as close to my natural voice as possible, but be very happy and cheerful. And basically, that's what happened. And I auditioned for the pilot, and then Nickelodeon passed on it. And Cartoon Network swept in and picked it up. And then they asked me to come back to do the role. And so that's what happened. And it was a lot of fun. And yes, and when you have a second half of the question.
What did you react to when you had to sing the Top Team Baby spin?
The tough.
It was in the Jake Suit episode.
Oh, the Jake Suit episode. That was weird. That was weird. Okay, so you're in a Jake suit.
I know, yeah, I know what it is. Do you know
Um,
what Ice King means?
So you're asking how tough it was to sing the song, or?
The Top Team Baby that Baby couldn't sing, but in your voice it's big because you were controlling spin.
Oh yeah. I wish I could say that. Yes, totally, exactly, man. I have no idea. I remember the episode, but I can't remember the song. The only song I remember is Bacon Pancakes, because we come in. See, this is the reason. We come in and we are not given the music to learn, like over and over. We're just they sing it to us and we sing it back to them, and then it's over. So, like, I've only sung that song that you're talking about maybe once or twice in my life, and it right out the window. So I can't really answer that, but I kind of did. So, yes, right there, sir. Yes.
How has it been working with Billy West?
Billy West. How is it like working with Billy West? One of my dear friends. He is so amazing. He's one of my most favorite people on the planet to work with. He's inspired me. He's taught me so much. He's just an amazing guy, and just one of the most talented people I've ever worked with. Here's an interesting thing. When we would record Futurama, sometimes, I mean, he had so many voices that he did. He would end up doing dialogue with himself. And we would record, I mean, we would have table reads where, you know, you'd have a table read on Tuesday, and you'd have all the writers, all the actors, you know, Futurama staff, people from the network, people from the studio. So it'd be like a room full of like 50, 60 people in a large, like boardroom with like a huge table, and everybody sit around a table, like literally table read. Everybody sit around a table and they all have scripts, and we'd all sit there, and David X. Cohen would read the stage direction and stuff like that. And I saw Billy once do in front of everybody, he read 3 pages of dialogue by himself. Just him, just doing Fry, Zoidberg, Professor, Zap, back to the Professor, then Fry, then Zap, then Fry, then the Professor, then Zoidberg, then Zap again, then the Professor, and then it was putting on a clinic. It was insane. And like, it really, it's really something to watch. He's just one of the most talented people I've ever worked with, and a wonderful guy. We did a thing in in Australia together. We went over there, and we did a con in Brisbane, and then like one weekend, and then during that week, we made our way to Sydney, and we did 2 nights at a rock club, where we just sat on stage, and you know, people had drinks, and they set up, and they sold tickets, and they showed an episode, and then we hung out, and we answered questions for an hour and a half, and it was hilarious. And Billy brought his guitar up on stage, and he was playing like Joe Walsh tunes, like "Spent the last year running the way." It's just amazing. Like he's just one of my dearest, closest friends. He's just a great guy. Yeah, he's awesome. And the blue hair, pink, aqua, whatever. Wow, that is turquoise. How many colors did I just say? 6. Yeah, sorry. Something. Okay. What's your question?
What was it like auditioning for Bender?
What was it like auditioning for Bender? I mean, the good thing about it was that I had auditioned for the same people that were casting Futurama. They cast Mad TV, and I had auditioned for Mad TV, and I got Mad TV, and my agent and manager at the time told me to turn it down. And I said, all right, yep, I'll turn it down, because the money was, it was bad, and it was a really awful contract, and everybody that worked on Mad TV worked on Futurama. And you're like, dude, what was the story? They would all just be like, it was the worst deal ever. But anyway, I auditioned for it through them, and I think the tally was I beat out like 250 people for the role, something like that, like 250, 300. Pretty crazy. Like I just went in, you know, and I just did my thing, and Matt tells a story about it in the movie actually, which is pretty cool. Like, you know, he said we didn't know what the voice was until John walked in the room. So I guess I nailed it. So that's pretty much it. The two-handed question in the back, right there.
How did you start your career, and how hard was it?
How did I start my career? Well, you know, I've been acting since I was a kid, like in school, and I've been taking acting classes, and I was in children's theater groups and stuff like that. In high school, we had a great theater program, so I participated in that. Went to college, went to Mason Grove School of the Arts in New Jersey at Rutgers. I made it through 2.5 years of that, but I mean, I did a lot of theater. And after college, joined a traveling theater company, and then after that, started doing stand-up, and started doing road gigs and working in New York City. And I came up with all the guys, you know, all the comics that you see today, like like Dave Attell, Dave Chappelle, you know, Louis C.K., you know, Dane Cook, Jay Moore, all those guys, you know, Jeff Ross, they're all my old friends, you know, and I gave Jeff Ross his first writing job on an MTV show that I did with my comedy act. And yeah, I started, that, and then I went out to LA, just because I got a TV gig. I broke up the comedy act, went to LA, got a TV gig, then went to LA. TV gig ended, almost went back to New York, and then I booked a commercial and stayed. And yeah, just been working ever since. I've been very fortunate. It's hard to be a working actor, but yeah, it's good, and I'm happy with the way it is. I don't need any. This is good enough for me. I don't need people. Oh my God! Cool. That'll freak me out. Right here.
I know. Like in one segment of Adventure Time, I wanted to ask, and if you remember, do you know what Ice King means? If you could recite it in Jake's voice.
Do you know what Ice King means?
No, like answer the question. You know.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I know what Ice King means. A big nerd.
Oh, a big nerd. Yeah. A big nerd. Yeah. Now I know what Shatner feels like. in the third episode of the fourth season, I would like to